Hi. Well, today is Sunday, and Teddy and I are off up to the Peak District again. Different place this time. We're heading off up to Shining Tor. We're going to play a little bit of radio from the peak of Shining Tor, and I hope you'll join us. In the meantime, let's have a look at the lovely scenery. Well, unfortunately things don't always go to plan. The little furry wind guard that would normally sit on top of my wireless microphone that you can see attached to my waistcoat blew away within seconds of getting out of the car. So unfortunately all of the audio that I captured during my outing was unusable. But rather than lose all of this fabulous footage, I thought I would just do it with a voiceover. So anyway, I'll try my hardest to explain what's going on. So we parked at Pym Chair, which is in the Peak District, a bit more north than I would normally go, a little bit up towards Manchester. And the intention was to walk from there up to Shining Tor. The next disaster, however, was just waiting for me around the corner, and that was Ted's lead snapped. So anyway, thankfully we were in the middle of nowhere, and the fact that it snapped didn't really cause me any issues, apart from the fact that I couldn't retract it, which meant it kept getting wrapped around his legs. Anyway, we carried on regardless, up to Shining Tor. However, it was around about 4 degrees and it was fairly blowy, and we saw all sorts of different weather conditions while we were up there. We got up to this point, which was a fairly high point, and we could see these horrible grey clouds looming, and I thought we were going to get drenched. So we decided just to pitch up here and play radio behind this really conveniently located dry stone wall. So here you can see me raising the fiberglass pole. I got this one from Decathlon. It really wasn't very expensive. It's really nice and small and lightweight, ideal for these kind of trips out where you don't need anything very substantial. The aerial that I'm using is a homemade Slim Jim that I made out of 450 ohm ladder line as opposed to my normal 300 ohm ladder line. I just happened to have this lying around and I thought I'd just give it a go. Now you'll see all I'm doing here is I'm just going to wedge it in the wire part of this farmer's fence, and because the wind is so strong, literally I just wedge it in there and it just stays in. I did then go and get a bungee cord just to make sure it didn't flop to one side, and you'll see that the aerial it's literally being taken horizontally by the force of the wind. It's a good job I didn't have my hair with me, otherwise I think that would have gone as well. Now, my weapon of choice for these kind of outings is a standard Yaesu FT60. I've got 2 of them and I fitted them with BNC adapters, so it's very easy just to put any antenna that's got a BNC coax connection. Sadly, I've got no radio footage to show you. It's a shame because we were getting some amazing signal reports as far up as Preston. We got all the way over to the east coast, and I think we got up into North Yorkshire. We did actually. We got up to the Shack in North Yorkshire. 2E0XLG Portable was the call sign there for those guys. We had a couple of SOTA stations in Wales, and we also had a station in Blackpool. I think all in all we probably got around about 20 or so calls in the log in the 2 hours that we were up there. It's important to stress that this wasn't a contest, so we were just up there to play a little bit of radio. 2 meters unfortunately seems to have gone quite quiet really, and yeah, the only way I could get lots of calls in the logbook was to get up high. As you can see, lots of attention from hikers and walkers. They all wanted to know what this strange looking bloke sat there looking like a gnome with a fishing rod was doing on top of a hill. So I was more than happy to tell them. This is me taking the aerial down and repositioning the choke to try and keep it vertical. The 450 ohm ladder line works quite well actually for this, because the holes between the plastic bits are quite a lot bigger than the 300 ohm, so you can actually thread the fiberglass pole through the holes. So anyway, we carried on playing radio and we had a really good time. Ted was really enjoying himself up there, and obviously with that big thick coat he doesn't get cold no matter what the weather is. I won't spend too much time telling you about me playing radio. I'll let you take a look at the fabulous cloud formations that are flying over the top. I have sped the video up quite a bit actually, just to make it a little bit more dramatic. I'll just tell you a little bit about this that I was wearing earlier on. So this is actually designed for fishing, I think, and I like it because number one, it's really lightweight. It doesn't add anything to the heating of your body because it's very well ventilated, but it's got loads and loads of pouches, which is ideal for us amateurs going off up hills. There's pockets and zips and attachment points everywhere, and I love this. So yeah, I thought I would wear this time, and I'm really glad I did, because I had enough layers on to keep me warm, and the last thing I needed was to wear a rucksack. And the great thing with this as well is everything's accessible, so when you're walking up the hill and you've got your handies attached to the front, and maybe you've got a penknife in there if you need that quickly, you've got bungee cords attached, and then on the back you've got a little rucksack area where you can stow coaxes and things like that. You've got this pouch, and yeah, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's made by a company called Pym, so if you just Google that, you'll come up with their range, and they do quite a few different things that might be of interest to us amateurs. Well, that's about it. Unfortunately, it didn't go to plan, but sometimes these things just don't. Anyway, I'll leave you with some beautiful pictures of our stunning countryside, and also some photos of me and Ted off down the hill. If you have enjoyed the video, as I always say, please go ahead and tick that like button. That will inspire me to carry on making more videos like this. And if you like watching videos like this, then it's a good idea to tick that subscribe button with the little bell, and then you'll get notified every time I make one of these videos. Right, well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime very soon, hopefully with audio this time. Bye bye for now.